So we are back in this corner of my room for the time being. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about DNFing books. This is something that I do quite often, and I also wanted to mention a few books that I DNF'd for the year already. I know I did something similar to this last year, but a part of the discussion I don't think I touched that much on is the fact that I DNF books that I'm actually enjoying a lot of the time. This is often more of a conscious thing, whereas DNFing books I don't like tends to be me going through a state of denial and then eventually deciding, okay, I can't finish this book, and then I stop. When it comes to not finishing books that I'm enjoying, I usually find myself in like, okay, I'm enjoying this, but I don't think this is the right time for me, so I stop it. And I have 4 books like that today. Actually 2. The other 2 I wasn't enjoying so much, but I do have intentions of getting back to them. So the first book is Hidden Figures by Margot Shetterly. I was loving this book and absolutely adoring every single page of it. But I put it off to read something else, and then a month had passed, and when I got back into it, I completely forgot everything. So I decided that it's better for me to start this book fresh than to like ruin the reading experience by going back into it and not really sure who is who and what is what and what time period we're in. But I was really enjoying this book, and I look forward to getting back to it and thinking about pushing it off until Nonfiction November, so we'll see what happens. Another book I DNF'd was An Untamed State by Roxane Gay, and this book was so good. This is one of those mistakes that I always make of starting a book right before exams, and then I had to pause it during exams, and then I started it back again during like December, and then I picked up a whole set of other books and I had to put this off. So I started it in November 2016, and it wasn't until February 2017, going through it and trying to get back into it, I realized that I need to stop and start back eventually one day. So we'll see when that happens. I'm not sure when it will be, but hopefully sometime before the ending of the year. Moving on to the next 2 books, which were I wasn't liking these books and I DNF'd them, but it feels blasphemous because both of these books are books that represent me in a way, so I feel bad for not finishing them. The first of which is actually a local classic here in Trinidad, and that is Miguel Street by V.S. Naipaul. Now if you DNF this book, then that goes to show how much you just don't like it, because this book is very short and very easy to read. I found that I just was not interested in anything in this book. I didn't care about the characters, I didn't care about the stories. It's like a collection of short stories. It's like The House on Mango Street, but for men and not feminist. Like, we actually had to read this for a gender studies course and critique it from a pro-feminist perspective. A lot of people really enjoyed it, and I'm not going to deny that it's a good book, but for me, I just didn't care, and I'd read enough of it to be able to use it in my final exam in the way that I was supposed to. So after that, I just didn't really see the point of continuing. The next book was none other than Miss Sophia Khan Is Not Obliged by Aisha Malik. I think you all know how excited I was for this book, how much I hyped this book up in my mind, how much I wanted to love it, and then I got into it and first of all, I didn't care for what was happening in it. It's like about a woman who decides to write something about the Muslim dating scene in London. Didn't care about that whatsoever. Didn't like the writing. I didn't expect the writing to be the way it was. I went into this expecting more of a literary kind of adult contemporary fiction, and it's more of like a romantic comedy, so the writing is very casual, very internet, Facebook status-ish, and it's told in a really weird format, like time intervals throughout the day. So like we'll be at 9 o'clock, there'll be a paragraph at 9 a.m, and then we skip to 2:30 a.m, and there'll be another paragraph, and I'm just like, that wasn't really working for me. So I had to stop it because it was putting me into a slump. But I want to give this book the benefit of the doubt and just say that I picked it up at the wrong time, because I hyped it up too much in my mind to hate it now. Yeah, I guess I'm in denial with that. Anyways, I'm going to stop the video here because rain is going to fall, and that's just going to make it sound horrible. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. In the comments down below, let me know what books you DNF'd for the year so far. And until next time, inshallah, keep reading.